Hey, welcome. All right, I'm going to show you this double of pyramids into this ascension of this magic orb thing up here and how that relates to you living your most righteous, aligned purpose destiny, your highest destiny. How you can build an online freedom business that gives you time and money freedom that serves the world greatly and is here to do what you're on this planet meant to do. And this is a framework that shows that. It's also the logo for Healthy, Wealthy Nomad in this program that we've got here to help people live righteously aligned, like their dharma, their path in life, and feel awesome every day. Because when you set your business up and your service in the world and your contribution and your work, um, that's in line with exactly who you are and serves the right tribe and gives them the right transformation, that's totally your truth, then you're gonna feel freaking awesome. And I want to help you see that. All right, so these two pyramids and this circle here, I'm going to explain that, but I'm also going to give you 3 keys that are going to help you live your highest destiny truth, build a business around that, and that serves you and the world greatly. And it's something that you could hang your hat on for 20 years or life, really life if you wanted. There's nothing more true than this. And let me walk you through this framework here. So, and I'm going to give you these 3 keys, so stay tuned, pay attention. This inner triangle has 5 levels, all right? This inner triangle is what they call Maslow's hierarchy of needs, okay? So there's physiological needs down here, like food, water, shelter, clothing, sex, like the base needs, like core needs, physiological. The next step up is security, safety, and security. Right, your job, your income, of your body, safety and security of your family, of your tribe, of your people. Right. So a lot of people are just getting work or building online businesses. I got a lot of people coming to me who build Amazon businesses online. And that's cool if it's selling something that you're really passionate about. But most people that I've met, in this digital marketing game, right? I've been a student of digital marketing now for, I don't know, 6 years plus, 10 years. I have an entrepreneurship degree. But I keep finding people who are just building a business to make money. And I want us to transition, and that's not like us in our tribe. We build a business that changes the world. And I'm going to show you this. All right, so there's physiological, there's safety and security, there's love and belonging. So we want that, right? And family and friends and sexual intimacy and all these things. So at this level, right? Then there's like esteem, like respect of and by others and our self-esteem, right? And then there's self-actualization, where it's like creativity and we've got all of this stuff down. So the people that are thinking about food and water and shelter, are not probably thinking so much about self-actualization and respect by others. They just want to, get their basic physical needs and desires met, right? So I'm going to talk about this pyramid, and then I think there's another level above this. And this level we call Transcendence. So if you can suspend your disbelief for a little bit and imagine that this pyramid is already filled up, that you've already got all these needs and desires and wants met, and this whole thing is filled up. All right, imagine that. Imagine you've got all the fame, fortune, love, money, security, safety, respect, esteem, all this stuff, and you're creative and you've got a creative life and everything. Imagine, because I know you can see that. You can see that for yourself, right? Imagine you've already got that completely filled up. You don't have to worry about that anymore. So I got 3 questions for you. One is true or false. I'll write it here. So true or false. We are here on this planet to contribute to life instead of take away from it. So I think it's evident that we're in this body. We have this body, right? This is fractal geometry. Humans popping out of humans, right? Like you're contributing to life because you're taking up matter, right? But I think we can contribute in a larger way. So imagine still, you're completely filled up. Breathe into that. Feel the feeling of that. It's awesome, right? You got everything you want. So the next question I got for you is, how would you help, or how would you help, you know, I'm going to say your marketplace. This is a kind of a marketing term, but this is like, how would you help your marketplace or the world or people in the world? What situations would you go to? Would you automatically just want to serve? How would you serve in this world? And when I say marketplace, we'll get further into this, but that's basically like who it is, your target audience, your audience that you want to help, and what's the transformation that you want to get for them, right? That's what I call the marketplace, right? So how would you help your marketplace? I'm just going to say, how would you serve, right, in this world? Think about that. You've already got all this stuff filled up, right? How would you serve? You know, I'll tell you, for me, I feel like our water is crucial, right? I feel like personally, that's something that I work towards. I sell drinking water systems, the most effective drinking water filters certified in the world. That's one way, but there's further other things that I do. I feel like my purpose on this planet is to raise consciousness with water and music, vibration, but we can talk about that more. But I want to know what it is for you. I want you to know what it is for you. So please write that down. Write that down. How would you serve? What are you gravitated to, even though you're filled up? What would you go and do? Okay. And then what I want you to ask yourself next is, who would you have to be in order to do that? In order to serve in that way? Who would you have to be? What characteristics? What habits? What what traits? What language? What communication skills? Who would you have to be in order to serve in that kind of way? I believe the answer to that question is your true identity. I think that is who you really are. You know, when you're not in a fear mindset, thinking about your wants and desires, or the I, the me, right? Then what's the next level? It's this transcendence. And by the way, this is where like Nelson Mandela and Mother Teresa and Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. and current living saint Amma, the hugging saint, you know, they're all serving in this way. For example, Amma, she wow, I was able to hug her. We hugged each other 4 times a couple years ago, and it just really opened my consciousness. This woman's traveling around the world, hugging tens of thousands of people every week, selling amazing high quality goods from India as she travels the world, and has her tribe cooking in the kitchen and stuff, and all the money that they raise, she goes and builds like hundreds of thousands of homes for people in India, feeds hundreds of thousands of people a year, has orphanages all over. Supreme, like it's beyond her physical wants and needs and desires, right? It's this level of, oh, how can I contribute in the world, right? How do you serve, and who do you need to be in order to do that? That's the big you, right? That's the true you. And our whole tribe here at Healthy, Wealthy Nomad is all about helping people identify that true you and build a business online that serves greatly based on that. That's key number 1, your true you. Another tip, give that a name, right? You know, the characteristics, I feel like I want to be on time. I want to be prepared. That being, for me, to serve greatly in the world in the ways that I want to serve, is going to have a great attitude, you know? Is going to feel awesome, right? And help others feel awesome. And it's going to be scheduled and measuring performance, right? And serving, being of service consistently. So That's who it is for me. But once you give it a name, so this is what's up. Give it a name. Give that person, that identity a name. Because then you can go back and it's like an anchor that's going to trigger you back to that. All right. So the next point, that looks kind of ugly. So I'm just going to erase. I mean, just imagine it's filled up. All right, whatever. All right, so here's the next piece that's really, really super cool. All right. Every single person is walking around with a little child inside of them that hasn't learned to deal with its emotions. Why? Well, from like birth, from conception until birth, we'll say C to B, and then from birth to about 4 years old, we're just like a sponge. We're getting like thoughts, vibrations. We're witnessing people's actions. We're in an environment when we grow up that, it's different for everybody, but similar to a lot of people in the world. So what I'm getting to is, as we're growing up and learning skills and stuff, we operate our lives from you could say it's a core wound. When you can identify this core wound, this is the key number one, is true you. I'm getting to the next piece. When you can identify your core wound from a child, and this is part of being a healthy student, it's self-realization. When you can identify your core wound that you've experienced, because what happens? A baby cries, right? When a kid is in this world, babies cry. Why? To manipulate their surroundings. Not only that, it's like you learn the language that you're learning because people around you when you're a kid talk that language and you mimic that behavior and those sounds, right? So we mimic the people in our environments around us. We mimic their behaviors, their tone, their body language, their way of being, their habits, their mindset, right? And we manipulate those surroundings to get what we want. Because we're over here, it's like, oh man, I want food and water. I'm gonna cry, right? Hopefully, mom or dad or somebody gives me some food or water and realizes like I've crapped my pants. I got diaper issues, right? Like, let me cry it out, and like somebody is gonna figure this out. So, or there's other things. Maybe when you were a kid, maybe there was abusive relationships in your family or something that have ingrained themselves subconsciously. So there's this stage from conception and birth till 4 years old, and then there's this 4 years old until now. These are different memories. This is memory 1, this is memory 2, and this is memory 3. And maybe 5 months in the womb, maybe for me, because I'm feeling like this might be accurate for me, maybe 5 months in the womb, my mom's friend might have been telling her to discouraging her to having a baby, or before that wanted to get suggesting that she get an abortion, right? And so there's different emotional states from my mother, from her thoughts, her feelings, because where do we feel feelings? We feel them in our body. And if she's got different feelings of less than love, meaning like fear, then those get directly interwoven into the fabric of this being that's growing in the womb, right? So anyway, everybody is basically walking around with a kid inside and hasn't learned how to deal with his emotions. And we grow up, and so I'm going to just write this down. Let's say you have a core wound. I felt like an unworthy outsider, right? Maybe why I'm kind of nomadic and different, and I'm kind of traveling, and I'm okay with that. It's all good. I'm like flowing through the planet, and I've got a lot of messages to share, and it's okay. I'm going to meet people. I feel like I'm taken care of by the universe. I think we're all taken care of. So we've got a core wound, and then we want to shift. We want to shift that from a core. We're in like a wound-driven operating system. And we want to shift to a purpose-driven operating system. Because we want to live our true you, right? Our true you, our true identity. Because it's our self-image, our self-identity that is an overriding force every single day when we wake up. It's your thoughts, your actions, your habits, right? But here's another piece of this. is that throughout your life, throughout my life, throughout each of our lives, we experience different epiphanies, and little light bulbs go off. I'm going to draw a light bulb. Little light bulbs go off, and we have an epiphany. And this epiphany, that whatever we have, I mean, we can have a conversation. Sometimes I have conversations and have a dozen epiphanies at a time. But we could be having an epiphany, and what does that do? We had old thoughts, beliefs, habits, actions, ways of being, self-image, right? We have an epiphany, and then we have new thoughts, beliefs, habits. And this change that we have from epiphanies is the one thing that people buy. When we buy food, when we buy transportation or clothing or vacation or a house or whatever it is, whatever we're buying, we're really buying from a before state to an after state. I can't spell and talk at the same time. Transformation. We're buying transformation. Like there's a before state, there's an after state. Boom. When you're selling stuff online, when you build your online business, that's all you're doing. Your marketing message is just articulating the transformation from the before state to the after state, where they're going to have new thoughts, new beliefs, new habits. They're going to have new things. They're going to feel new things. They're going to be, their average day is going to be different. It's going to be new, right? Their status, their social status is going to be new. So these are the things. All right. So let me make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Yes, this is the major thing. This is part of key number 2. This piece right here, moving from a core wound-driven operating system to a purpose-driven operating system. When you can identify your core wound and the language all about that, and it goes into like some, I mean, this work is probably going to pull up triggers and stuff inside of you because it's digging deep trying to understand what's underneath the surface, right? Underneath the tip of the iceberg, right? What, like our conscious mind is like the tip of the iceberg, but there's this huge big chunk under our subconscious that we sometimes see when we get triggered by things and stuff. So your core wound language that you use to describe that is the language that is going to attract your most resonant tribe. The people who are most resonant with your message. So I call this your true tribe. Why is that? What am I talking about? I'm talking about where you are now. You are not just an expert. I like the word sensei. You are already a sensei, like someone who has been there before. It's a Japanese term. You've been at this vibration. You've been at this vibration as a kid with a core wound. You've grown up and had this vibration. Now you're having epiphanies and transformations. You're vibrating at a new frequency. That's where people who currently are where you have been want to go. And you can help them do that. Because there's 7.5 billion people on planet Earth. And I believe the one thing that makes us unique, the one thing that makes us all unique and different, that nobody else has, nobody has, your story. And it's powerful. And when you realize the power of this, where you've been and the language of where you've been, and it's this path of self-realization. There's actually a secondary tagline here, healthy, wealthy nomad. I'm going to just write this down. We're a student first, healthy student first, wealth, and a teacher second, and servant always. I'm going to explain what that means, but this is the path of being a healthy student first, to realize who you are, who you're destined to be, and how you're destined to lead. And here's the thing. You've gone through different epiphanies and transformations. I'm going to give you the third key. Well, basically, I pretty much explained it right here, but this is your transformation you've already gone through, and this is your truest service. Now, we all go through different growth phases in life, and you may be at different growth phases for different areas of your life at any given time, right? But there's likely stuff that you've already gone through and transformed that is valuable to people. Just ask yourself, what is it that people come to me for on a regular basis and ask for help with? Or maybe you can ask your friends, your close homies, and be like, hey, how do you think I'm valuable? You know, how can I add value to you or other people? What do you think is unique and treasurable about me, about my story, about my being, about how I can serve, you know? Some people have told me, like, I've gone through several traumatic experiences, and I come out really, really positive, where a lot of people would be so down and just lose hope and stuff. So that's one thing for me, but what is it for you? So here's a couple tips, tools. Have you ever done this? Have you ever written out a list of your epiphanies, your major life transforming epiphanies that led to those types of transformations? So I'm going to challenge you today, right now, or, you know, either whip out a piece of paper right now or keep following along, or just do this or jot it down, or if stuff comes to you, because once you start doing this and start writing this one list, there's actually a couple other lists. There's 3 lists total that are going to help you dial in your true service. One of them is your epiphanies and transformations. This is the epiphanies that you've had that have led to major life transformations, because there definitely are people in the world who have grown up with a similar environment, around similar people, around similar behaviors and actions and ways of thinking and being that you have. And there's people beyond that who are just, you know, on a path of learning something, on a growth phase right now, and wanting to get the transformation that you've got, right? So what is that? What are those epiphanies and transformations? There's a couple other lists that we actually teach you in the academy, and this is going to help you dial in your true service and who you can best serve. So now this is that. Once you get this healthy student first concept and you figure this stuff out and self-realize yourself, this is a pathway, I believe, to like true fulfillment. Like once you build a business around these things, there's nothing more true to you. So it's not like a job where you're going to like sell products online and then you build an e-commerce store of stuff you don't like that ships from China that's, you know, weighing people down, and it's just a bunch of junk that's made of plastic that's going to end up in the ocean and killing all the animals in the ocean. It's going to, you know, we could just stop doing that, you know, as a collective society, right? And help uplift the consciousness of our fellows, our homies, our friends, our tribe. This allows you to attract your most resonant tribe and actually decide who you want to work with. Because at different stages of the transformation, you can choose which people you want to work with. You can be like, hey, I don't want to work with people who are whiners, complainers, or gonna suck my time and life force and energy out. No, I want to be around people who are going to inspire me, who are like way further ahead than me, you know, and build a business of those types of people, right? That's what we want. We want like the mojo. We want that mojo in our business, right? So you get to choose it, but it's all like, if you combine these things, I mean, that's your truth. All right. The next thing is, once you have all this stuff, we're going to shift into from a healthy student to a wealthy teacher. All right. And we're going to do it with the end in mind, that you're a nomadic servant always. What does that mean? Nomad, I think, means lightweight, resourceful, you know, able to travel the world, has location independence, has freedom, right? And if you've got online products and services that can serve people without your time, and you get money from that consistently, that's pretty awesome, right? Now you're serving always. You always have systems online that are helping serve people, and you can build it once, and You don't have to do it again. So the second pyramid here, I didn't cover it, but I'm going to cover it now because it's this part. Once you get this and you're shifting to from healthy student to wealthy teacher, there's 3 levels to this pyramid. Okay, I'm going to write them over. Guess I'll write them over here, over there. Here we go. I'll just do it over here. All right, so there's 3 levels to this pyramid. This is the ways that you can serve online, building an online business. There's 3 ways. You could build, you could do one-on-one, which is selling your time, which, see, it's higher on the pyramid, so there's less time, right? We've only got 168 hours in a week. So if you've got high-paying clients and stuff, awesome. If you're in a job and you're selling your time, not awesome. Like build an online business like this, okay? Because we don't get our time back. That's our most precious, valuable resource. So we've got one-on-one. We've got one-to-many, right? You could serve and reach many people on an online presentation, in a Facebook group, or an online group coaching experience that you can create for people. And then there's also 0-to-many, like an online course where you can build it once and it doesn't take your time, right? So once you kind of dial this in, we've actually got some other frameworks to help you dial in and get really clear on who it is you want to serve, how you want to help them, and how you can structure it, and what you want to build first. 1-to-one, one-to-many, 0-to-many. I really enjoy one-to-many because you get to vet it out. You get to validate. You get to work with your tribe and figure out what it is that they need that's going to help be of value. That's what we've got at Healthy, Wealthy Nomad Academy. What's really awesome there is I'm able to serve people and give them direct insight, and sometimes do work for them in their business, because what I'm doing every time I do that is I build systems so that other people who have the same questions later can go back, review those documentations, and then do it themselves. So we collectively answer questions as a group so that we can phase that out into a 0-to-many program. Ideally, where it takes some of my time now, but it's a lot less than one-on-one, but it's 1-to-many, and we can transition to 0-to-many. I think you can do that too. Whatever place you want to focus. So your passions now, your epiphanies and transformations, and then kind of giving you all the juice. It's like the other one is what can you teach? But we've got frameworks in the academy to teach you how to come up with those lists and stuff. Anyway, we're transitioning from a healthy student to a wealthy teacher. A mentor told me one time to when you buy someone's opinion, you buy their lifestyle. And I heard that and I was like, oh man, who has the lifestyle that I really want in this life? Like, what people? Where are they? Who has that? And I started looking online and stuff, and I'm like, wow, Frank Kern, that guy, man, that guy's making like tens of millions of dollars, sometimes multi-million-dollar days, right? Like, whoa. And he's got a lifestyle, because I was listening to his stories. Like, at the time, I was learning all this stuff 6 years ago or something, around 2010 or 11 or whatever. I was really getting deeper into it. By 2013, I was like, put me on digital marketing path. Like, why? Because digitalmarketer.com, Frank Kern, Brendon Burchard, all these names, if you know who these people are, Russell Brunson. I was in Russell's $10,000 coaching program. I was in like all these different programs, learned from digitalmarketer.com, because they had the lifestyle that I wanted. They have freedom and they had systems. So, I realized that every online course that I bought, it was an online education business. It taught me how to do something. So I wanted to show you one of the biggest epiphanies that I ever had was this Rich Dad Poor Dad's cash flow quadrant. And there's a couple things I learned that I've added to this, but check this out. Employee, self-employed. There's 95% of the people on this side of the quadrant and only 5% of the money, right? An employee has a job, J-O-B, jump out of bed, just over broke. They're selling themselves at wholesale so their employer can sell them at retail to build their dreams. But a lot of times it's not even their dreams. They're not even tapped into the true you, their true tribe, and their true service. And most people are just working as employees on something that doesn't really serve the world in a great way, right? That's not, it's like, okay, let's be an employee at Taco Bell or McDonald's. No, it's not of service, right? You're not living the big you. If you know somebody doing that, be like, hey, I see the big you, and you're not living it. So call them out and bring them to this training. All right, employee. Next, we got self-employed. Self-employed is like you're working overtime. You're your own boss. It's like the worst boss to have. There's no way out of this. There's no way out of nonstop work at the self-employed level until you become a business owner. And this is the key word, the epiphany that I had that got me on the digital marketing kick was business owner equals, a business owner has systems. I was like, oh. So like McDonald's and Starbucks coffee, right? They have a system. It's like fries on the left, shakes on the right. It's like here's the recipe for caramel blast macchiato something, like bam, it's consistent no matter where you go in the world. And they've got systems in place for franchise, right? So now we use the same systems but for online businesses. And I've been setting myself up as like a marketing agency for years now, and I've got all these systems and all these tools, and it's like I just want more of my homies to be winning. So I'll get more to that in a minute. That's in the Healthy Wealthy Nomad Academy. All right, so on this side of the quadrant is 5% of the people and 95% of the money. But also, there's this dude, nomadlist.com, Peter Levels, the guy who started that, he's like really deep into the whole trends of the industry of digital nomad culture and stuff. And he says that in the next 20 years, by 2035, the year 2035, there's going to be 1 billion digital nomads. That's a lot of people living location independent. You can imagine the kids that are born right now as we're watching this video, who are just kids right now and being born right now, they're going to be like, duh. Of course we make money online. But we're paving the path right now. And it's our mission with Healthy Wealthy Nomad to help 10,000 passion-powered, purpose-driven, expert entrepreneur senseis, people who have been there before, who can lead other people to transformation in their life, reach time and money freedom, doing what they really love, and building an online education business that serves. So systems, we got to have systems. And then the next one is investor. So here's the thing. We can invest our time and money and our resources to learn. I'm going to give you this formula, ILT. We can invest our time and money to learn stuff. Like you're investing your time. I can't tell you how appreciative I am. We don't get this time back that you're spending here with me right now. We invest our time and our money to learn things, right? And then once we go and teach them, we can teach them. Which brings me to this other formula. I just simplify it, call it every person teaches. It's also a framework I got from Alex Sharfin called the entrepreneurial personality type. And this will hopefully inspire you a bit. We can invest our time and money to learn, and then we can teach. Well, here's the thing. You have a camera. You have access to contribution. And if you're on this side of the thing, or even if you're not, you are experiencing pressure and noise in your life, right? If you've got a job and you're waking up with an alarm clock, you're driving to work in a traffic jam, you're surrounding yourself with colleagues and coworkers who do not have an emotional intelligence that is guiding their life to positivity, right? And abundance and to what they know is possible for themselves because they can envision it, but they're often in a lot of fear because they're operating down here on this lower spectrum. They don't have a 0 to many course that can fill up their bank account so they're not worried about this stuff. They don't have the 1 to many course that's going to give them love and tribe and friendship and family and security and esteem and respect. They don't have the one-on-one that's going to give them the self-actualization, and they haven't designed their life for this transcendent quality nature. Once this body is gone, how am I serving in 100 years, in 200, in 300 years? The Bible says, by their fruits you shall know them. That's what I heard this says. I don't really know. But it's a pretty cool quote, because what are fruits, right? If you have online education courses, let's say you've got 0 to many courses, or whatever you've got, any of these things. But let's say you've got 0 to many where it doesn't require your time anymore, that you actually build a framework, co-create it with your tribe, which we teach you how to do. And you've got little fruit out there. That's what is fruit? By their fruits you shall know them. All right, it's nutrients coming from the soil. It's the rain, sun, miracle, seasons, the soil, the roots, all this stuff coming up. This nutrition is coming out through the branches to the leaves, and the ultimate nutrition makes this fruit that we as humans or animals can just pull off a plant and eat, and it's nourishment for us. By their fruits you shall know them. That's what we're here to help people do, is put their fruits out there to serve the people that they are most aligned to serve, to help them realize help you realize your purpose, your destiny, and all this stuff. And even if you're not fully on this path and you've got a business already online, we've got all the digital marketing tools to help you progress that. And talk about that in a minute, but that's in the academy. Check it out. It's only $1 too. Check it out. Here's the thing. You got pressure and noise in your life. You want to lower pressure and noise. We all do. I'm going to draw this over here. All right. How do we lower pressure and noise? We build systems. And these systems, it's build systems for protection and support of our time and energy. So we build systems. In doing so, we're increasing our skills and abilities. We're learning. Because once we transition from a healthy student to a wealthy teacher, it's a purpose-driven operating system. It requires a new type of fuel. Once you're living your highest destiny and you know who you would have to be to serve in the way that's beyond your wants and desires and needs into this transcendent mode, you're going to have to increase your skills and abilities. So we're always students, right? And so we've got stuff in the academy, some tips, some tools to help you be more efficient, to help you be a more self-realized student. And you're going to increase your skills and abilities so that you can contribute. And here's the thing. You can contribute now because you have a phone. You have technology that our parents didn't have. Our parents' generation didn't have this level of access. They didn't have this level of connection and communication and access to all these resources and all this information. So I believe it is our duty, our obligation, our responsibility. It's your duty, your obligation, your responsibility to live a life that's fully aligned with your truth so that you don't end up like my mom did, dying of cancer. In 2010, lung cancer, never smoked, spread everywhere, and I don't think she spoke her truth. I don't think she was purposefully in line. And our parents' generation, God bless them, they didn't have all the technologies and the all this stuff that we do. And we can do this. So here's the thing. We reverse this. Look, you can contribute now. I'm going to write it over here. Contribute now. When you do that, you're going to increase your skills and abilities. You're also going to increase the skills and abilities of those who receive your contribution, right? You're also going to be building systems for protection and support of your time and energy. This video is a system, building an online course, packaging your products and services and your advice, your knowledge, because you are a sensei. You are one who has been there before. You are an expert. This is this is what they call the expert industry, to be a coach, author, speaker, seminar leader, online marketer. But without all that technical jargon, this is basically what it is. Just total dharmic alignment with your purpose, and putting that in systems that serve the world in a huge way and help them find you. And it also serves you and brings you that full abundance that's here for you. So we build systems for protection and support of our time and energy, because we can contribute now. We can go on Facebook Live, right, and do that. By the way, we've got a really cool process to help position yourself, brand yourself, package yourself, and validate your value to your audience, and find out what people actually want to learn from you inside the Academy. It's really cool. I keep mentioning the Academy. You can get started for $1 today. It's just a 7-day trial. I'll get to that. I'm really excited about it. All right. You can contribute now, which increases your skills and abilities, increases the skills and abilities of those around you. Also, in the same time, you're building systems for protection and support of your time and energy, and that is lowering pressure and noise in your life. Because have you ever been around, in your community, have you ever got asked the same questions over and over and over and over again? And you're like, man, I feel like a broken record. What's up? That's pressure and noise in your life, my friend. Like, I see this, I'm just going to relate it to, do you have an online website? Is it a website? Websites are dead. I want to show you like the proper way to create a homepage ATM and a step-by-step process to get people to your value, whatever you're selling online. I keep seeing this. People keep showing me their websites, and the problem with their websites is that there's a lot of noise. People are already getting tons of pressure and noise in their life. They just want to lower pressure and noise. If you can speak to your market exactly, your true tribe, offer your true service, and be the big you that we all see you as, yeah, that's aligned, right? Cool. What am I leaving out here? Build systems, protection, and support. These are your transformational truths that you get to share with the world and get validated and get value back for. And you can grow 6, 7, 8 figure, that's $10 million a year business. We've got all the digital marketing systems. What I learned as I was acquiring all these systems to set myself up as a digital marketing agency was that my homies, my friends that I really like spending time with, weren't digital marketer geeks like me and like the digital marketer geek community. But it's basic stuff that you can do, that anybody can do if they have the map. So the best time to have a map is before you're lost in the woods. And when somebody's going to, build an online business and they don't really know exactly, have a clear mental picture of how that's going to work, because we reverse engineer everything we build online, and it starts with a good offer, but the digital component, it starts with an order form that links to your bank account. So it's a professional tip. Like if you're building a website and stuff, start there. Start with a good offer. We teach you how to do all that inside the Healthy, Wealthy Nomad Academy. So I keep talking about this. The Academy. What is the Academy? The Academy is a place where you can ask questions every single week and get actionable feedback in our private Facebook community. I do Zoom webinars, broadcast to Facebook and YouTube Live every single week, if not multiple times a week. And as I mentioned before, I've been collecting digital marketing systems for years now, and I realized that my systems need systems. For me to onboard new assistants in other countries like Singapore and the Philippines, I want to document all my processes so that other people can do the work. Because what I found out with digital marketing is, yes, I can do it all, but I was taking on different clients. This is what clients pay me $30,000 oftentimes for different projects to perform. But I was going at it, trying to do it all myself, and using these 10 fingers. These little meat sticks are too slow to do all the work that's required for multiple clients. So I had to hire teams. I had to surround myself with smarter people, surrounding myself with thinking that outthinks me. And anyway, it led me to create an academy because I can serve you and build my projects and build my team and stuff, and give you the next steps and answer your questions and provide you the next steps for right where you are right now in your online business, whether you've got an online business currently or you want to have one, or you think it's a cool idea to have freedom, to be healthy, wealthy, nomadic, to leverage all the tools and resources we can in this digital economy. So the Academy is only $37 a month. There's a dollar 7-day trial, and you can cancel. There's a 30-day guarantee. You can cancel anytime, and there's no contract. You can cancel anytime. You can cancel 6 months from now, and we won't bill you on the next month pay period. But I know that it's a journey. It's a journey from being a healthy student first to realizing who you want to serve and what you want to spend your time doing. Because a lot of people go on this path and they build an online business, and I keep seeing it over and over and over. You know, I've been in rooms with like digitalmarketer.com, Traffic and Conversion Summit, and been in rooms with thousands of online marketers, and come to traveling internationally now and outside of the United States, and I keep finding people who are all pursuing this digital nomad lifestyle, and oftentimes they're doing it with things that they're not passionate about, and it's robbing their time and energy. It's like, I like how Tony Robbins says, it's not work-life balance, it's work-life integration. It is like, you are one. There's nothing more true than these things that I've shared with you. Right? For you, that's your story. That's what makes you unique. And you can brand your face, and you are the product. You see, I worked in different network marketing companies in 2010 and 2011, 2012, 2013. And I started on one product that I absolutely loved. Kangen Water Systems is awesome. But then, you know, I was all about living my true self, and some new information was presented to me that, oh man, there may be more effective technology, and then I got involved with another water ionizer technology, and ended up, that company had like 3 or 4 other things that I could sell, like NASA space certified laundry system, NASA indoor air system that does all kinds of crazy awesome stuff. It sanitizes all hard surfaces in 3,000 square feet. Really cool stuff. But it got to, then I joined a travel network marketing company, and it got to where at a point, a couple years in, I wasn't really successful at any one of them. And, you know, I went on this journey to have a successful business, to be in alignment with what I felt. Sorry, I want to make sure I get these notes right, because this is like my story, and I just want to make sure it's clear for you. You know, I had multiple products that I could sell. I wasn't too effective at any one of them, but I wanted business success because both my parents were self-employed when I was a kid. They were divorced, and when I was like 2 or 3, but both of them were self-employed. You know, and my mom was considered what a lot of people would say like a workaholic. She was self-employed. They were on this side. Both my parents, they had their own businesses. They were their own bosses, but they didn't have systems to leverage their time and their energy. They didn't have access to the knowledge and the resources and to Healthy, Wealthy, Nomad Academy. They didn't have resources like, like digitalmarketer.com, like Frank Kern, like Brendan Burchard, like Russell Brunson, like all these big digital marketing names. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't, but I've got systems from them all. I want to say I have all their systems, but I don't know. They probably have a lot of other systems that I don't know about, but I'm learning everything I can. And I've got a whole world inside this academy. There's a Facebook group, and there's a login membership site with a growing video archive vault. That's going to help you. So you ask your questions in the Facebook group. We got on at least once a week in a webinar. You can be live and ask questions, or you can simply review the video after it's shot. And when you ask questions for that week, we actually tag you and timestamp your name in the video, so it doesn't waste your time. You can just go right to it. You see like, oh, Facebook notification, I got tagged in a thing by Healthy, Wealthy, Nomad Tribe. Excuse me. And you go there, and it's like, oh, there's a timestamp right next to your name. And hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, then keep asking, because we want to help you every step of the way. You can, we'll review your websites, your landing pages, your advertisements, your emails, sequences. We'll review like all your digital marketing assets. If you're not there yet, we'll help you get to the mindset and the structure to decide who it is that you want to serve. What is the transformation that you want to get for them? We'll help you through that process as well and help you validate your offers and co-create with your tribe. I think it's possible to have somebody create an online freedom business in 30 days if they were really determined and made it happen. I think that's possible. And hopefully, that's going to happen really soon in our tribe, in our community. But I'll give you a little bit of backstory, I guess, a little bit more. I was a broke college student. I was working physical labor jobs. I worked for a company for 8 years called Mr. Mover. I was moving people's furniture. I saw all the stuff that they were collecting that weighed their life down, and they were hiring me to move it. And yeah, I was like, boom, like full power, moving all their stuff. But it was all this junk that didn't seem to matter. So I've seen the inside of a lot of people's lives, like thousands of homes. I moved thousands. I don't know if I've moved 10,000, but definitely thousands of homes. It's crazy. Homes, apartments, all that stuff. Moved all of their televisions, armoires, couches, TVs, all this stuff. Third floor apartment to, 3-story condo or whatever that you have to enter on the second level and then go down, and there's a low overhead and you got to get the gun safe. Like, so it weighs like freaking unbelievable. Just crazy. The stuff that people collect, right? So I realized I wanted to be lightweight and resourceful. That's kind of what Nomad means to me. Lightweight, resourceful. We've got all these resources, right? But you don't need more information. Your market, who you want to help, they don't need more information. All right, continuing on my story. So I was working for Mr. Mover. I kept seeing all these, people's stuff that was weighing him down. I was like, I want to be lightweight and resourceful and nomadic and travel the world and have freedom, time and money freedom, and total health. I felt like it was possible to have physical, financial health, spiritual health, mental health, health with relationships and communication, and in every possible way. So we've also included all of our best resources and tips, and it's constantly growing. Inside of the membership site for Healthy Wealthy Nomad, tons of health tips. I mean, it's because I wanted it in there. And to be able to just be like, hey, go to healthywealthynomad.com and you can learn about proper food combining. It's only $1, right? And then $37 a month in 37 days. Because hopefully we'll hook people on something that's going to help them now. And then they get inside and totally change their life. Realize their true self, how they can connect with the people that they want to surround themselves with in life, and the language that communicates with that person. And then their true service, right? That's what it's all about. Dharmic alignment, righteous alignment, and feeling awesome in every way. So I'll just continue telling my story. I wanted business success. I was selling like 6 different products, not successful at any of them. And I'm like, man, I need to figure out systems and figure out how this works, because I sucked getting face-to-face rejection. Doing traditional multi-level marketing, network marketing tactics where you just talk to everybody within 3 feet of you and figure out like how to build rapport, and then, it goes into winning friends and influencing people. But if you're not doing it in a way that's like truly beneficial, then it can just be very uncomfortable, which is good because it expands our there's another thing I like to do is, we've got our comfort zone, and then we've got this like learning zone, and then we've got this panic zone. And once we get more into our learning zone more often, we can expand our comfort zone, and we can expand our learning zone, right? And then our panic zone is further out away from us. So the more you travel, what do they say sometimes, like travel is the one thing you buy that makes you richer. Well, it definitely I think improves your psychology, helps you experience more of the world, puts you in new environments, expanding your comfort zone, right? Maybe the comfort zone could be bigger there, but basically, what if our comfort zone was like whomping, like out here compared to up here? That's what network marketing did for me. But it also, it put me in front and around, surrounded myself with a bunch of successful people, which was I didn't have in my environment up until that time. And I started living my life by a lot of what I call wisdom one-liners. So there's I want to surround myself with the thinking that outthinks me, right? Or when you buy someone's opinion, you buy someone's lifestyle. Or the main one that's really resonating with me, one of them right now is get good at something worth getting good at. We just showed our truth right here. I don't know of anything in the world more worth getting good at than serving in that transcendent way, right? And becoming the person that does that, and doing that, and being that. We can, once we give it a name, we can shift our identity, our actions, our thoughts, and contribute now to build skills and abilities, and increase our skills and abilities, build systems for protection and support, and lower pressure and noise in our life. Because if we don't, pressure and noise is just going to keep being there. It's not going to help. It's not going to go away if we don't contribute and build systems for protection and support, increase our skills and abilities. We're constantly growing, become more valuable every day, right? I learned that from Jim Rohn, listening to audios, right? So definitely, I wanted business success, and internally, I just saw like my mom health decline until she died, right? My internal struggles I was having was, I wanted to be true and profitable and aligned with what was right for me, and I was surrounded by people that weren't really in that space. Everybody was getting, working jobs or building a business just to satiate their wants and needs and desires on this pyramid. And I think there's more to that. So I really sought out to discover network marketing, or not network marketing, excuse me, online digital marketing, the best people in the world. In 2014, I left my hometown, Nashville, Tennessee, and moved into a Sprinter van that I converted into an RV. I put solar on the roof. I had a composting toilet in that thing. I had a bed and a kitchen on wheels. My first stop when I left Nashville, I drove it down to Austin, Texas, to digitalmarketer.com, and had a several day workshop with them for their email follow-up machine program. I got certified by them. I implemented this stuff, and it absolutely changed my life, because that's a big part of the system that I helped set up my $30,000 clients with. It's their online process, but a lot of that is also the return path to get people to the next step in the thing. If they, somebody goes to your website and then they leave in 7 seconds or something, how do you get them back there? All right, we collect an email and we have different contingencies. Did they buy a product but not buy the upsell? So we have a system to bring them back there. That's part of our email marketing machine that we help teach you in Healthy Wealthy Nomad Academy, and help you set up and help you along the path to do that. I was selling 6 products, wasn't having a good time with that, wasn't successful. Discovered I needed systems, and then, basically this whole journey, started learning from the best. I wanted to find my tribe. I started traveling. I was like, who in the United States? I was in a Sprinter van, right? Spent a lot of time, about a year on the West Coast, spent a year and a half in a Sprinter van, spent over a year probably on the West Coast in like California, Los Angeles, all the West Coast, man. It's so beautiful. Like, open my side door, have a guitar amplifier and like a solar panel on the roof, and I'd be cooking some kitchery or something, on my van, and have like drive-by jam sessions. Some friends of mine also played music, and we would be hanging out like at Malibu, California. It's so beautiful over there. And just open the door, and I'm just on top of a mountain in Big Sur, above the clouds. There's an ocean of clouds, and underneath, it's, nature, God is granting us this beautiful view of the ocean, and then an ocean of clouds on top of it, right? So beautiful. But what I realized in the United States, the West Coast is gorgeous. That's one thing I realized. Another thing I felt was that in all the towns I went, it felt like the majority of the people, it was like the same stores and the same stories. It was like 9-to-5 job people, and bless them. I guess the world needs them, and that's cool. And this path, definitely building an online education business and branding yourself as an expert, it's definitely not for everybody. Although I think it can be if they realize that. And there's going to be 1 billion digital nomads. So like aligning yourself with your truth, and not just with a business to make money and sell products made in China and stuff, but doing something that transforms consciousness, I think is super huge. So I want to help people create online education businesses. You know, I was traveling around the country. I went to Russell Brunson's coaching program, all this stuff, learned so much. And now, I'm in Bali, Indonesia. I left in 2016 to Thailand and lived there for 4 months, and then came to Bali, Indonesia. And throughout my international travels, I found a lot more people who were getting it, who were like me, who wanted to travel, who wanted the similar thing, who wanted to be healthy, wealthy, and nomadic. It's what they wanted. I could see it. And what I found in the digital marketer community in the United States, with Digital Marketer and Traffic and Conversion Summit, and a lot of people in Russell Brunson's tribe and stuff, I love these people. Totally not knocking them at all, but a lot of people in the tribe were not living in their most righteously aligned path. And I saw a lot of unhappy and unhealthy business owners. And maybe they were making good money, but they weren't fulfilled in all areas of life. And I believe in total health. This is a pathway, I believe, to total health. To be completely true with yourself and have work-life integration instead of balance. It's like you're solid, you're integrated, right? You're like, ooh, integrated. They're one and the same. Because when work is a pleasure, life is a joy, right? And, I was attracting righteously aligned clients. And I was getting results, and but I had to turn a lot of them down. And I was doing a lot of it myself. Myself and a client. So I'd have a client and myself working on their project, and it was a lot of work. And, my fingers just couldn't keep up, and I was getting burned out, and it wasn't any fun. And, when you're not having fun and you're negative or anything, or just when work's not a pleasure, life's not a joy, it kills like the love in your life, it's killing my relationships. Just like, wow, I'm working all the time. So I realized that the systems I learned to build actually needed systems to implement. My systems needed systems. I need systems for other people to use this stuff. I need systems for other people to get results. I'm really good at learning stuff and connecting the dots and knowing what goes where and strategy and system stuff and whatnot. And it's totally doable and learnable by anybody. But when you've got multiple clients and you're trying to do it for your own projects, it can become too much work. I think everybody could just focus on one thing and be really good at it. Decide what it is, the one thing you want to focus your time and attention to, and do it. Totally. You can do it. You can do it. I wanted total health, love, and money, and vitality. And, I realized I need a team to grow. So, by me building the academy and serving one-to-many, I'm able to answer questions every single week on these Zoom webinars that are live cast to Facebook and YouTube group, YouTube page channel. And these are all inside of the members area that's growing. Not only are those videos inside the members area that help people specifically set up the systems that they need to in their business, so now future people with the same questions can, search our archives and find what they need or ask us, and we can direct them to the proper instruction with the timestamp of where to look in the video for that solution. We've got that, but we've also got systems to keep people accountable to reaching their freedom and their fancy number. And our systems are evolving. So our systems needed systems. We're disseminating those systems, helping people get results with their systems and build their systems. And in doing so, we're increasing our systems to help them improve their life, to be healthy, wealthy, nomadic, to live on purpose and build their online freedom business, online education business that gives them time and money freedom. So I realized that I could get results. My clients could get results if they understood what I was talking about. And so I've been doing some consulting and just helping people, teach them. And what's so cool is that these are systems that now lower the pressure and noise in my life. Because I was turning down a lot of clients. I couldn't physically keep up with these 10 fingers. I realized that I had to move to teaching this, because I get a lot of the same questions, and my clients and friends of clients keep referring people to me, and I didn't have a way to serve them. I was like, I can't do it with my time. I've only got so much time. My one-on-one time is just maxed. It had been. But now I'm serving one to many. I've got some more time. I'm serving more people, building systems in my life that create protection and support for my time and energy. So it lowers pressure and noise in my life, and I feel more awesome. And I'm building systems for my systems so that you can get served, all our tribe can get served, and our team that's growing in Singapore and the Philippines can serve more of our clients also, with all these awesome systems that we keep growing. So what systems? If you need to know how to make an email follow-up machine, if you need your landing pages, your advertisements, if you need to grow your business geometrically with ads, scientifically, we teach you what that means and how to do it. If you just getting started and you want to build your business, we help you get clarity. We teach you in the lifestyle design blueprint. It's the first lesson in the Healthy Wealthy Nomad Academy. We teach you how to get clarity on what it is you want and the numbers you need to hit to get there, and the systems that can help you be accountable to reaching that all throughout the way. And you can ask questions every single week. We give you answers every single week, and each week you can keep coming back and critiquing and stepping forward in your business and your contribution and your transcendental service to the world. I realized the conflict I was having. Also, I had to create my own products. I was selling 6 products at one time, and semi-successfully. A couple companies pay me weekly or every other week now, and it's awesome. And I teach you how to do that inside the academy as well, how to be an affiliate for other products and how to promote those things. So yeah, those are the conflicts I've gone through, and the achievement that I've come to is that, hey, Healthy Wealthy Nomad Academy is up, it's running. It's only $1 for 7 days, and then only $37 a month. If you want a higher level of intimacy, have a one-on-one consulting program, coaching consulting program. That's we can meet once a week, and details are in the academy too. But the first step is get in there, do the lifestyle design blueprint course. And if you got questions, ask them in the Facebook group. If you've already got a business, go ahead, join, ask it in the Facebook group. We'll critique all your online assets and your mental assets, what's going on in here, to help you get clear and get to where you need to be to serve and be the true you with your true tribe that loves you and you love them, and giving them your true service. So yeah, this message is transforming lives right now, especially when you share. When you share it with people you care about, share this. So I'm just reading my notes to make sure I'm on point. I've set up systems and am 100% willing and able to serve and help 10,000 people, 10,000 experts realize that they're experts first, and then help you build out your online education business and achieve financial freedom in the next 5 years. My mission, I believe it's possible, to disseminate these systems in a way that helps 10,000 purpose-driven, passion-powered experts achieve financial freedom in the next 5 years. Be one of them. Join us. If this message resonates with you, you got to hit the button and come on inside and ask some questions. Get some answers. Check out the trainings we got. All right. We're growing our setup from top marketing agency systems. We're growing our setup to disseminate it out to more and more people. I can help newbies, people who need clarity and support on what to offer their market. I can help existing business owners, whether you're selling online or physical products. We can build freedom systems built with the end in mind to grow and scale your ads with ad spend. That's the most consistent and dependable way to grow any business, and that's how every online marketer who makes millions, tens of millions, or hundreds of millions, or billions of dollars, these are the online marketing systems that the pros use in the world, and you've got access to them through me to disseminate with insight, so you don't have to buy every course like I've done, all these different courses to learn from all these different gurus, right? You don't have to spend, I've spent over $130,000 on my business education, from a college degree in entrepreneurship that put me $35,000 in student loan debt that I couldn't even get out of if I filed bankruptcy, right? That financial slavery that they're enslaving students with. If you know someone in business school right now, Send him this message. Send him the Google, YouTube, Gary Vaynerchuk, college business student or something. He says just quit. Just quit. Don't go to school for business. I got an entrepreneurship degree from college employees, professor employees who've never owned a business, who don't know the cutting edge tactics of how business is done online today. You actually need to model success. Go to people who are doing it right now, not the people who are going to teach you in a classroom and then you have to take a test and then something about your GPA. The world doesn't care about your GPA. They only care about the transformation that you can help them get. And I wish my parents, and when I was a kid, I wish I would have heard this. I never heard this, but I wish instead of, when I got home, a lot of times my parents were like, hey, what did you learn in school today, Scott? What did you learn, right? And it was so trite and so redundant that usually I was like, nothing. And they're like, nothing, right? How many times have you done that? What if instead we asked our kids and students, like, what did you teach today? What did you teach today and that got value, that you validated your value? What did you teach today that transformed somebody and they told you that it transformed them? That's your value. That's, basically we're becoming a student first and a teacher second, servant always. How did you add value to someone today? How did you hear that what you contributed to them actually did provide transformational value to them? So this is what we're in a shift now to ask more of. So, that was a good long one right there. I hope this is valuable to you. If so, please like, comment, share. If not, leave. It's cool. Either way. But no, I really want to talk to you. If you're interested in this concept, building an online education business around your most true self and your alignment, so that you don't end up with disease that spreads all over your body and then you die from not speaking your truth. That'd be the worst thing, right? That your value is gone with your body. Doesn't have to be that way. We've got all the access. We've got all the tools. We've got all the systems, and me and my team are willing and able to and set up to deliver them to you insightfully at the next steps you need. Not having to study everything all at once, but getting what you need now. Your most pressing online business and positioning, packaging, promoting, all three of these ways, step by step, every single week. Keep coming back. Let's improve your business. Let's get started in the trial. It's $1, then $37 a month. They're like, what's the catch? There's no catch. I just want to help a lot of people. And to help 10,000 purpose-driven entrepreneurs, more people need this message. A lot of people need this message. And I don't know where else they're going to get it. So if you want to, so if you believe that building an online education business built around your transcendental, like true identity, who you really are, when you're not thinking about fear and trying to fulfill this pyramid, when you're like, whoa, dude, I'm going to die. My body is going to be gone. What value? How can I help people transform? I know that I could help them through my story, through my different stories, and structuring those in a way that helps them realize the epiphanies for themselves and then transform their self-identity and their image, their self-image. So if you believe that that is a worthwhile goal, that building an online education business that can serve the masses, serve many people, and even people without your time anymore, and you believe that Healthy Wealthy Nomad is the only place that's actually talking about that. Like, there's a lot of places that are online and coaches and people that are talking about building an online business. But remember to get good at something worth getting good at. Living your most righteous truth. I don't know what's worth more getting good at than anything in the world. If you feel that way too, then you must join us. Right? It's $1 now. Click the button and come on in, and we'll be welcoming you to the community and answering your questions. So get them on. You'll immediately get an email once you order that will invite you into the members area, send you your login credentials, and get you set up inside the membership site. And then there's a link to the Facebook Healthy Wealthy Nomad Tribe, the closed private Facebook group, where you'll just request to join, and we will we'll add you to the thing within the next 24 hours max. And we look forward to seeing you in there. Have an awesome day. Get started now. Ask questions. If you got questions about this video, shoot us a message at support@healthywealthynomad.com or on the Healthy Wealthy Nomad Facebook page. And just so that you know, this $37 a month that you'd be paying after 7 days if you want to stay in, which you can cancel anytime, and there's a 30-day guarantee once you begin, that that money is just reinvested into ad spend. That money just goes to reaching more people, help spread this message of total health, total alignment with your purpose, with your online business, to get time and money freedom and help more people experience this. So you're doing an awesome service by getting started with us, getting value with us, proving for yourself that this is awesome. And just by doing that, you're helping get the message to more people and liberate more people and have them living true identities. That's who we are in this tribe. That is who we are in this tribe. And the world just wants to see us shine. I want to see you shine. The world wants to see you shine. And this is your time. Get the systems, get the map right now. Otherwise, you're experiencing pressure and noise. And we got to lower it. We got to have the right systems. We got to have the right insights, right? Not just more information, but insights. What you need now. You're going to increase your skills and abilities so you can contribute. In fact, you're going to start contributing now. We're going to teach you how. I'll see you on the inside.